everyone, it's Lisa. Today we will be making this card. It's a pop-up card. So for this card we'll be using Early Espresso Baker's Twine, Night of Navy cardstock, Whisper White cardstock. This is from our Well-Worn Designer Series paper. Early Espresso cardstock, Pacific Point Classic ink, Stampin' Write markers, and Pacific Point sand, Sahara sand, crumb cake, pool party, soft suede, marina mist, and also the blender pen. I use sponge daubers, Stampin' Pastels. I haven't used those in a long time, and I really do like those chalks. This is the Circle number 2 die, Sizzix dies, and I use 2 of the circles. If you can see, I use this one and that one, as well as my 1 3/4 inch punch. And for my inside pop-up, after I stamped this image and colored it in and everything, I centered it on the scallop frame oval die. Okay, and then this, this is still attached, and you'll see why later. I use the Uncharted Territory stamp set. Sorry about that glare. And let's see what else. Face nail adhesive, a sponge, my C block, and my E block. So, what I did for this card, to start this card off, the main part of the card is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card, and it's going to open this way, which is the portrait way. And then this piece, it's cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So what I did was I colored the inside first with chalks, and you see some sparklies on there. Oh, that was one more thing that I did add. Not that crazy about how it came out, because my image was laying down instead of being angled up like that, and I got splotches instead of a nice spray. But oh well, most of it's going to be covered, so I'm not really worried about it too much. But I used Pacific Point chalk. So I just kind of, kept daubing it on and just letting it, pull it up this way and let it get lighter and lighter. So it gave me a nice transition that I wanted. There's a lot of glare on that. And then my little sun right here, if you can see that. First I daubed it in the Daffodil Delight, and it was so light it just really, you couldn't really see it. So then I colored it in with Pumpkin Pie. And then I just kind of blended that in. I wasn't very careful about it. So the other thing that I did with my card is I used my grid paper, put the card there, and then I took my image to see about where I wanted my little pop-out piece to be. I don't know if you can see that. Or I could zoom out a bit. Let's see. Zoom out. So right here, and I just figured, actually this was an oval all the way around before I trim the bottom. And I was originally going to keep the oval the way it was, so I made sure that wasn't too wide. So I, figured where I wanted it, took my pencil, marked where I wanted, measured up about 1.5 inches on each side, and then I cut that with my scissors, put it through, and then bent it over. Use my bone folder to get a nice crease there. So, plain and simple, very simple. So now I'm going to go ahead and I think first I'm going to put this piece on, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to, it was inked in Pacific Point Classic ink, and I'm just going to add it straight to the base of my card. And center that. Oops. So I want it to be centered from top to bottom and side to side as best I can. That looks about right. Okay. So that's on there. And now I'm going to add my inside piece before I put my image on. And I'm just using the snail adhesive right now. You might want to use the red sticky tape, but I think it'll be okay. So I make sure I put it on right. So I'm going to center one side about where I want it. Well, not so, I want to line up the crease is actually what I meant to say. And then I want to center from side to side that way. Just about like that. And then I'm going to close that and then just close this over on it, just like that. And rub it all down. And then there you go. And then I cut off my bottom because I ended up not liking the way the oval was on. Well, actually, I take that back. It wasn't that I didn't like it. It's just that because I went up 1.5 inches, when I probably could have gone in about 1/2 inch or so. Well, the further up you go, the more your little pop out is going to come out from the card. So I could have had my card closer to the background than I do. Because I came out so far, my card actually ended up sticking up past the card. So what I did is I turned it upside down and let it, I rested it on the back of my little piece right here, my little tab, and then I drew a line where I wanted to cut my card, and then I cut it. So, and it's okay that it's just like that. In fact, for strength, that's probably better. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually, this is probably where I really should have used the red sticky tape, but I'm just going to use my runner, and I'm going to stick that right there. Lay it down and rub it, and then as you can see, there you are. And as you see, it's sticking out pretty far, but it's okay. It'll work. Okay, so for my focal point on the card, I used a bit of snail adhesive to get my baker's twine going. And then I just kind of cut the circle up into, what is this, 1/8, I believe? I think I have 1/8, yeah. And then I took a piece of regular Scotch tape and taped that down so it wouldn't move. And there's a reason why the twine is still attached. I didn't want to cut it off first because I'm going to be doing something on the card with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to center this circle right on there. I really do hope this video comes out nice and clear. This is not my flip camera, which is what I was using before. But the nice thing is I actually have a TV monitor where I can watch and make sure that I'm still in view. So, oh yes, and I did ink the edge of this Whisper White cardstock with the Pacific Point Classic ink. So I think, you know, I think I'm going to use glue dots for adding this part on. I'll probably use maybe 4 or so glue dots. Sorry, see, I just caught myself going out of the frame. So I'm really hoping this setup works, even though it puts me at a different angle on the video. And hopefully it works for you guys too. You can let me know what you think. And if you have I would love any, you know, tips on just making better videos. I'm never too old to learn, and I am still learning. So I'm going to center that. And as you can see now, it has kind of a nautical look with it. With the baker's twine. And then, let's see, do I want to put that directly on there or pop it up? I think, because it actually already has some dimension to it, I think I'm just going to add it directly to the card. Let me think about that. Maybe I will pop it up. I will pop it up. My dimensionals. Yeah, I will, because the string is actually causing it to sit up anyway, and I just think this way is better because I can add it, you know, straight to the paper and get a nice, good adhesion. Right about. Okay, that's good. And I think I want my string coming right there. So, I'm going to add this right about here in the center. I think this looks very much like a guy card, which is hard to do sometimes. But, you know, if you start off with a nice, strong paper like this, you know, with good, what do I want to say? Not froofy colors. It'll work. So, what I'm going to do, I want this to kind of come around like that. I'm just going to put a little glue dot on there. So I'm going to get me a dot. And I got to ball it up really tiny. I'll put it on my string, my baker's twine, and stick it down. Right. Oops. It needs to be covered because I don't want that sticking to an envelope or, you know, anything like that if I put it in an envelope. So there. And then I'm going to bring this piece right, and twist that a little bit. I'm going to bring it, I think I want it like that. About like that. had it exactly the way I wanted it before I started this video. That's usually the way things go though, right? Okay, so I'm going to need to put the glue dots in a few places on there, and making sure I get them really tiny. I'm going to start with this one right here first, this section. Oops, didn't mean for that to come up. Okay, just make sure I have it the way I want it. About like that, and that right about like, there we go. Okay, just like that. Okay. That's a nice thing about these little mini glue dots, is you can wad them up and get them into really tiny areas of your project. I think I'm going to put another one on. I'm going to squish that under there. Yeah, I think I'm going to put in, let me see. Well, that might be good. I think I will put another one on. But at this point, I can go ahead and get my scissors and cut this end off. Now that I know where I want my baker's twine placed on this card. Okay. So a couple more pieces and we'll be done with our little all occasion card. There, I'm going to press, stick that under the baker's twine more, press, put that under there, press. One more. And then I just want this kind of ending off the card. Well, put it right here. Just like that. Okay. There. Okay, and then there's a little bit here that I could take off. And there's, ooh, it's too close. There's my project for today. Open it up. And you have a great pop-up card, and all of this area is left blank so that you can write a note to that special someone. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this project. I look forward to being with you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.